Welcome to the highlights. This is game 4 of this NatWest series, and we're at Old Trafford here in Manchester, centre of England. India came here 2-1 down with a big point to prove, and they got a typical English summer day in front of them. It was cold, it was damp, and it was windy. But Rahul Dravid was still smarting from the fact that they'd put England in at Birmingham and lost. So I think it was pretty obvious at that point that if he won the toss, he would decide to bat. That was the general point of view, especially from Graham Gooch, who did the pitch report. Let's find out what actually happened to the toss. Here's Michael Atherton with the two captains.
It's a blustery day. The two captains are out here, along with Bailey from Burnley, the mascot today, and Roshan Mahanama, the match referee. Paul, you've got the £1 coin.
Tails. Tails is the call.
Tails is the call.
It's tails.
It is tails. Rahul, no surprise that you've decided to bat first. A change of heart for you today.
Yeah, a change of heart, a day-night game as well. Looks a good wicket, and yeah, I hope it comes off. I mean, I've won all these tosses, and sometimes it's come off, sometimes it's not. So you wonder sometimes it's good to win or not.
Spin is obviously a big part of your game plan. The pitch does look quite bare, so you'll be hoping for a bit of turn for your spinners?
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully we can get some spinners as the game goes on. There's going to be a bit of bounce here, we feel, so that should help the spinners as well. Hopefully we can put some runs on the board and put some pressure on England later on.
And Ajit Agarkar back for Munaf Patel. You've clearly looked at the balance of the team, and that's the reason for the change.
Yeah, that's the reason for the change. The balance of the team as well. Munaf obviously is not been on firing on all cylinders for us in the last couple of games, so maybe give him some time off and he can come back later on in the series. Ajit's had a game off, and that probably cleared his head a little bit and come back. He's bowled beautifully for us early part of the year, so hopefully see some good performance from him.
Your fielding coach got a bit hot under collar this week in an interview. You'll have to be on top of your game. It's quite a big outfield here. Yeah,
he's doing his best. I mean, you can't blame Robin too much. I mean, he's got to work with the personnel he's got. I mean, you've got to be fair to him. I mean, he's working with boys really hard, a very dedicated, very hard-working man, and yeah, he gets a bit hot sometimes. But he's got to work with the personnel he's got, and he's doing his best.
Okay, have a good day today. Paul, presumably you expected Rahul to bat first, given what's happened?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, batting under lights, hopefully it doesn't affect it too much. But we have to go out there and bowl and field very well and put them under pressure.
You've had a rotten couple of days physically. Are you at 100% now?
Yeah, absolutely. A couple of days in bed, had a bit of a virus, but that's over now, and looking forward to today.
Who would have captained if you'd have been absent today?
Oh, actually, a very good question. I'm not too sure, to be honest. Probably Freddie would have filled me boots, but I'm back and raring to go.
Flintoff back for you. Mascarenhas isn't, even though he's fit. The reasons for that?
Yeah, obviously Freddie comes in for Tremlett, and I think it's just a very well balanced side. I think we bat all the way down there, and we've got some wicket takers in the middle there as well.
It's going to be quite tough for your bowlers at the start. It's very blustery, isn't it? Yeah,
it is. It's not ideal. It is a bit windy, but the lads are experienced with a bit of wind. We were down at Bristol as well. It was quite windy, so I'm sure we'll come out there and put them under pressure.
Okay, go well today.
Cheers.
Thanks, Paul. The news from the middle that Rahul Dravid has won the toss and will bat first.
Bit of a surprise, especially with the England side. They had Mascarenhas fit, but they didn't pick him. Flintoff came in, but they left out Tremlett instead, and that meant Ravi Bopara was down at 8, so they're batting very deep. India, on the other hand, a bit of a like for like, trying to get a more complete package with Ajit Agarkar in place of Munaf Patel, but otherwise very few degrees of freedom in that Indian side. India's game plan, therefore, would have been win the toss, bat first, score as many runs as possible, put England under pressure. Let's see what actually happened. Here's the Indian innings.
Stuart Broad, he's looking more impressive with every match he plays. First ball of the 4th ODI. Graham Gooch sitting alongside me. Graham, you've had a good close look at this pitch, and seems to be that most of the people say it's going to go through, fly a bit.
Yes, normally it's considered historically here to be one of the quicker pitches in the UK. It's normally devoid of grass, and this service that Pete Marin, the groundsman, has produced is certainly devoid of grass. A bit of movement with the new ball. Normally got a little bit more carry than most English pitches, and normally the square here looks bare and rough, and the outfield looks good. After this pop concert, it's the other way around.
There's a bit of bounce there for Stuart Broad. He's going to enjoy that. Fast bowler likes to see that. Leg by. Ian Gould, the umpire at the Brian Statham end, and this is the pitch, Graham, that you've had a good look at.
Yes, I mean, there's a few cracks on it, as you can see, but there's not any sort of lush, fresh grass or even sort of whitish, greenish grass. It's all sort of dead, brown grass, very solid, concretey looking, if anything. It's hard on the bowler's feet, and there should be some good response. Steve Harmison, England's premier fast bowler when he's fit, has bowled very well here. Last year he got a lot of wickets against Pakistan here, and it does go through for the taller bowlers.
Paul Collingwood, England's captain. Tendulkar off the mark. First ball.
Of course, Sachin Tendulkar getting off the mark here. I played in the Test match here in 1990, Alan, when the little master got the first of his Test match hundreds. Showed his class on that day as a young 17-year-old, I think, and how he'd like to have 100 here, because he's got 4 90s on this tour. Got close to this last match, 99. Maybe this will be his day.
Well, there's so much history in this ground, and as you've seen in some of our pre-match packages, that wonderful century. Ma'am, would you care to sit down, please? A fabulous 189 by Vivian Richards, slogging England's bowlers, not just slogging them, hitting them beautifully to all parts of Old Trafford. Here's Stuart Broad. Good sound of the bat, and that is racing away. First boundary of the innings.
We're just seeing what batsmen like as well. Bowlers like the ball to bounce, but so do batsmen like the ball to come on. This is really just a firm push for Sarif Ganguly in his favourite area, square on the offside. Raced off for 4 runs.
Shot, half parried. Yeah, it's going to go for 4. It's up in the air, and it's going to be safe. He's going to get away with it. Just risky shot from Ganguly.
Sarif Ganguly premeditated, in my opinion, there. He's waiting for the ball to come in short. He's decided to go on the attack, giving himself room, goes for a half pull there, really. He's quite fortunate to get the top edge, flies high and wide over the slip's head, just about makes it on this wet looking outfield for 4.
Short, it's in there, it's high, and it could be a great catch. Very nicely taken by Ian Bell. They're not easy, looking over the shoulder, but Anderson's got his man and Ganguly is gone.
A fairly simple catch in the end for Ian Bell. Anderson has got another wicket, continuing his good summer. And this is not a convincing shot from Sarif Ganguly. Bit of indecision there whether to go for the pull shot or not. Bell steadies himself. Ball didn't go up that far. And Ganguly looking to get on with it. Failed this time. 17 for 1 India after 3.2 overs.
Dinesh Karthik coming in for India, playing his 24th match, 324 runs with an average of just under 25. 2 half centuries in there, strike rate at 73, and he comes in with India 17 for 1. Anderson once again piercing a hole in India's top order. Ganguly is now out of the equation. Anderson likes bowling very much at India's top order. Tendulkar facing. Batsman crossed, and a comfortable catch taken by Ian Bell. Those are not easy when you've got to look and literally look behind you. The ball goes behind you, but he took it easy in a swirling wind as well.
Yes, and an unconvincing shot from Ganguly. Not committed to that shot, not really going for it, just half-hearted. Ball goes up. Only short enough for the hook, and that's why it hits high up on the bat. Not really a lot of height on it, but there's a lot of wind out there. And Bell, safe pair of hands, judges that catch nicely.
Ganguly is the man who's out, gone for 9. India 22 for 1, winning the toss here today. Anderson now. Oh, that is a beauty. He will bowl worse balls than that and get wickets.
It has been a great summer for James Anderson. Again, showing good seam position, beating the forward push of Dinesh Karthik. It's a difference to a bowler, that confidence of getting wickets. Got a spring in his step when he runs up, especially playing on his home ground as well, in front of his home crowd. He's really come of age this summer for his country. Very good over from James Anderson so far. No runs conceded, right on the mark.
They've all gone up, but Alim Dar, the umpire, not at all interested. And a little gesture from Karthik to Matt Pryor, the keeper, that he didn't hit it. That could be quite interesting if that develops.
I'm sure that's a good idea from the batsman, signalling to the umpire, but didn't seem to be anywhere near his bat and gloves there. Looked like it might have just clipped his clothing. That's what it looked like. Maybe the England fielders just trying to try it on a bit. They all went up in unison, as is the want these days.
Shot. This time he got on top of it.
Magnificent shot from Sachin Tendulkar. A lot of times lately he's looked to play the uppercut, hit the ball over the top of the field, but on that occasion he cracks it straight into the ground, rolling the wrists, and that is a classic example of how to play the cut.
Nobody there, so he'll go for 4. Do we give him the benefit and said he meant to play it in the first place? Batsman and bowler always have divergent thoughts on that. We'll know from this one.
Once again, a good length there from Anderson. He really does trouble Tendulkar with his length, a little bit of movement and the bounce. I think the bowler would be pretty happy to see him playing a shot like that. Perhaps might have a little whisper in the shell-like ear of Collingwood and say, what about a second slip, mate? Because there's quite good bounce here.
Taken. Pretty easily done. Hasn't worked today for Dinesh Karthik at number 3.
Well, they've certainly been a very successful pairing, Broad and Anderson. They got 31 for 1 after 10 overs, and they very quickly added to that in the wickets column. 11th over, the second wicket falling. Only just stuck in the gloves of Matt Pryor. 31 for 2.
Rahul Dravid walks into the strains of Chak De India. 10,500 runs. Is he batting 1 number too low? 1200s, 8150s. The whole team went to see Chak De India last night, apparently. Oh, beauty. Beautiful, beautiful. Rahul Dravid has walked. Almost every ball in that over was slanting back in. This one went away. And India 32 for 3.
Well, he really is putting in front of his home crowd. Andrew Flintoff bowling at very good pace, enjoying the bounce, and his line and length so far has been immaculate. Really troubled Rahul Dravid before getting him out. India in deep trouble at 32 for 3.
Right, Yuvraj Singh comes in. And this is a challenge for Yuvraj. We had this big discussion on our pre-game show about how Yuvraj needs to make number 4 his own. Well, he's got to start playing match-winning innings from this situation. Because India are in a lot of trouble here. 32 for 3. Now Anderson replaces Broad. Right, beautiful bowling this by Flintoff. Kept slanting them back in to Rahul Dravid, and then got one to hold its line.
He's a very aggressive bowler, Andrew Flintoff, but he's an aggressive bowler who can keep the runs down as well because he bowls an immaculate length. On that occasion, hit just the right spot after having troubled Dravid throughout that over.
Down the ground and good enough to go all the way.
Well, that's the difference between Tendulkar and your average player. He's been troubled by Anderson. He's been beaten by him a few times. But when Anderson makes the slightest error in line or length, Tendulkar is still good enough to punish him. That was a pretty decent ball, and yet he stroked it away to the boundary for 4.
Yes, if there's one pitch in England which you can rely upon to have a little bit of movement, a little bit of bounce, this is the one here at the Old Trafford. Wide down the leg side for Flintoff. But this pitch over here has invariably offered movement and bounce to the seam bowlers. Just could be the weather conditions here. Always blustery, always windy.
That's a good shot. First time he's drifted onto the pads, Anderson. And Tendulkar bringing up the 50 for India with a good shot.
Yes, this is an authentic drive to mid-wicket, not a flick. This is a drive to mid-wicket. Looks like a flick, all right, but it is a drive to mid-wicket. The flick is near a square leg. This is much straighter.
He's taken the aerial route and chipped it over mid-wicket. Extra flight there from Panesar.
As soon as he strayed on the pads, Tendulkar was away. Didn't try to hit it too hard, just made sure it was above the fielders.
That goes off the outside edge. It will reach the boundary. 2 boundaries in that last over.
It was in the air for a little while and it's beaten mid-off. That's another boundary. 8 fours now for Tendulkar.
And he threads this through extra cover. First thoughts for England catch. It's in the air for a little while towards extra cover. Stays in the air. Alistair Cook is at mid-off. Makes a bit of a hash of it, really. Collingwood would think that this needs to be stopped. Sachin Tendulkar on the drive through extra cover. He gets it through.
That's going to beat that man. And that's the 50 partnership, Yuvraj and Tendulkar. 26 overs bowled, 82 for 3. Well, this has been a crucial partnership for India, and it has to flourish, it has to move on. 50 from 84 balls, it's been tough going. I've enjoyed the way that through the series England's bowlers, led by Anderson, have attacked this man, India's star player, Tendulkar. It's 82 for 3.
Yes, the way, yes, the way.
Well, he's still in there, Sachin Tendulkar.
It's going to beat the man. He's timed it well. And slowly but surely, Yuvraj is gaining some confidence.
Well, it's that same scoring shot with a little bit more power. Short and wide from Monty Panesar. Yuvraj climbs into this.
So Yuvraj moves on to 20. It's taken him 44 deliveries to do that. He's got 2 fours, setting the basis.
I've just looked at the run rate a few overs ago. 20 minutes, it was 2.9. It's now 3.3. They're going the right way. The importance of getting a partnership together. And I'll stress again, when it's tricky and sticky, you don't give it away. You just put the team in more trouble. He's doing well, Yuvraj, now. He's just worked through it.
That's a single off the last ball of the over. 7 from the over, 28 bowled, 93 for 3. So the run rate, 3.32, and a change of commentary now. Ian Chappell with Harsha Bugli.
Needs a bit of energy, that worm. The kind of energy that Ian Chappell will soon have as he munches in his chocolate bar. Down the ground, that's beautifully timed. They'll pick up 2. No, just 1. Throw came back quickly, wasn't the best, but was released quickly. Flintoff, the man down there. Partnership goes on to 62. India going at 3.34. They need to keep wickets. They've got 2 batsmen who can accelerate. Call is for 2. And he's back home. Well run.
Well, Tendulkar knew exactly how he'd hit the ball, because virtually as he was hitting it, he called 2. And that's the good save there by Andrew Flintoff. He kept it to a single. Tendulkar was belting as soon as he hit that ball. He was into top gear, hit it and said 2. So he let his partner know exactly what he was thinking, and he had the advantage of knowing exactly how hard he'd hit the ball.
And 50 to Tendulkar. Hard working, 50. 81st. The numbers just boggle you sometimes. But a hard working innings. Took 81 balls. And it's held this Indian innings together.
Been a pretty good innings from Sachin Tendulkar against some very, very good bowling, particularly early on. Those pace bowlers, Broad and Anderson, bowled extremely well. Then Flintoff followed up with some excellent pace bowling.
Now Peterson. It's interesting. Monty Panesar has bowled 5 overs for 26. He's bowled those in 2 spells. Lots on the boundary on the onside. 4 inside the circle, 2 and 2. And he still finds room. 100 comes up for India.
Not a very good delivery there from Kevin Peterson. Just wonder if Collingwood's doing a little bit of experimentation here, just to see how Peterson goes, with a thought that sometimes they might want to leave Panesar out of the side.
There's a man there who takes the catch. So it's worked.
That's a very, very good catch by Andrew Flintoff. Boy, he loves playing in front of this Lancashire crowd. He had quite a bit of territory to cover, and he also had to worry about the rope. Just slightly top edge trying to pull that shot. I think he was trying to pull it squarer and down. That's a good catch from Flintoff. And a huge wicket for Kevin Peterson. It's 103 for 4.
Well, Dhoni comes into bat, but Adon is all alone, doesn't have a partner. Yuvraj has run across to the dressing room for something. 2,355 runs at 45. 20 overs to go. And Tendulkar will be sitting in the dressing room saying, how did I fall for this one?
Yes, he was a very disappointed man walking off the field. I think he just didn't get into position quick enough. He wasn't looking to hit it in the air. It was definitely top edge. Peterson carried on a treat when he got the wicket. But yeah, Tendulkar may have been looking to come forward and then really just rock back rather than actually taking a good pace back and he wasn't quite well balanced when he hit the shot. Just being slightly off balance meant that he was sort of still moving as he played the shot, got the top edge. An excellent catch from Andrew Flintoff. That's one way of stopping the bowler. Sing to him. Collingwood seems to be handling the extra responsibility extremely well.
Well, there are ways and ways of getting runs. This is one of those.
Well, they don't have room on the score sheet to write how it happened. You've only got room to just write 4, the number 4 there. That one stayed down a bit, although it was a very slow delivery. Not much bounce at all there. Matthew Pryor had absolutely no chance with that. A little inside edge that went down. His only chance would have been to keep his legs together.
Maybe even scoop it up. 119 for 4.
Well, there's a simple reason for that, because if you're under the hammer and you wilt, then, or if the fielding wilts, you know that the team is not coping with the pressure too well. But the good teams have that ability to keep going, keep pushing on even when things aren't going their way, and try and turn it around. And they often do turn it around just purely with some good fielding and the fact that they don't let up in the field and they tell the opposition. They tell the opposition by the way they field and the fact that they're still making good saves and they're still energetic in the field. They're saying to the opposition, this is going to be hard work out here, you guys. We're not going to succumb that easily. You're going to have to do more before we fold. And eventually it becomes a battle between the two teams. And as I've said a lot of times, one team puts its hands in the air and says, I can't do it any longer. They don't do it literally, but figuratively, that's what happens.
Some very fine fielders in this side. Well, there's another way of getting a boundary now. It's been a very fine over. Very fine over.
Well, the bowler's entitled to feel a little aggrieved here. That's got to be a keeper's catch. The keeper must be going for that one. In fact, the first slip has moved a little wider. I assume that he's told the keeper that he's moved wider. As soon as As soon as you do that from first slip, you're basically saying to the keeper, everything is yours there, you just got to go for it. That was definitely a keeper's catch. Flintoff entitled to be a bit annoyed.
"27 balls from Flintoff to Yuvraj have produced 8 runs. 1, 2, 3 for 4.
He's cleaned him up. Terrific delivery. Now that's an absolute ripper. It's come out of nowhere. Push through quicker, pitches middle and off, and spins across the face of the blade and shatters the stumps. That's a dream delivery.
You're excited about that, quite rightly, Ravi. Left arm spinner, classic dismissal, pitches middle, turns, hits off stump. Dhoni trying to push the ball out on the offside for a single. Panesar enjoys it. There's his unique celebration. Never gets the hand on the keeper. Dhoni goes for 13. India 140 for 5.
So Ajit Agarkar comes out to the middle. India losing Dhoni again at an important time. Just when the partnership was developing, Panesar producing a beauty to get rid of Dhoni. He's pushed through quicker, but it turned enough to hit off stump.
That's exactly the reason you need your best spinner in all forms of the game, because one-day cricket in the middle of the innings now is about taking wickets, breaking partnerships. That makes the difference. And a class bowler like Panesar is capable of that sort of delivery. It's the end of the 38th over. India still 140 for 5. Yuvraj Singh, a lot of pressure on him. The other day at Edgbaston he run out of partners after posting a decent score of 45. 47 not out at the moment. Still 12 overs remaining. It's imperative for India's cause that he stays to the end. If the tail end players can play around him, help him out, support him, India's still got a good chance of maybe adding 80 runs, getting above 200. Anything above 200 they'll have a chance. Is there a reason, do you think, Ravi, that Agarkar has been brought in for Patel? Is there something to do with the batting, strengthening the batting?
I was a little surprised, you know, unless Patel was injured. I think he should have been given another chance. Well, here's Agarkar's opportunity to get a few runs, because there's still 11 overs to go after this. Well, he's no mug with the bat, we know that. But here's an opportunity to get a useful 30 or 40.
Well, unlikely spell with the new ball, Stuart Broad, starting off with 2 balls short and wide. Agarkar making him pay. With the 2 off the first one, and then a edge down to third man for 4. It's a good start from him, 6 off 4 balls. Injecting a bit of pace into this Indian innings.
Outside edge, number 6 goes down. Ajit Agarkar's short stay at the crease comes to an end. And England continue to take wickets. Every bowling change literally doing the trick.
Well, Agarkar taking 6 runs off the previous 2 balls, both short and wide. This time Broad finds his line much straighter, fences at the ball. He's happy man, he gets his 2nd wicket. India's 6th wicket goes down. 147 on the board.
As you can see the projected scores, India will do well to reach 200 here with just 4 wickets in hand, and that'll be their prime aim. And even for that they'll need a partnership. Yuvraj saying he's vital to India's cause here.
Here's the wicket of Agarkar. Took 6 off the previous 2 balls, but this time Broad straightened up his line much closer, trying to run that ball down in the sort of gully area, just getting a fine edge. And as you saw there, that extra bounce on this pitch from the tall man Broad.
That's a big hit. He's got stuck into it and reached 15 style. He picked up the length so quickly. A slight transfer of weight. He goes forward. A terrific blow.
It's a fantastic strike. Reminiscent of a baseball shot on the front foot. Broad dropping short, not adjusting his feet, just going through with a shot over mid-wicket and 10 rows back. The other day at Edgbaston, Ravi, he was left batting with the tail there. I think there's a case for him batting slightly up the order.
Permanent number 4. I think he's done enough work for the side in the last 8-10 years. Brilliant shot. 2 magnificent shots in this over. First to 6, and this is a gorgeous cover drive.
You won't see a better cricket shot than that. This time Broad over pitching, and Yuvraj, just watch how he drives this ball, and the time is exquisite. Ian Bell, extra cover, only has to move a couple of metres, and he couldn't get anywhere near the ball. Such was the power and the timing and placement of that drive. Classic cricket stroke.
He goes again. This time he won't get the boundary, but this is by far the best over for the Indians. 12 runs coming off it. And still 1 ball to go.
There's his series after that failure at the Rose Bowl. He's been very consistent. Good strike rate as well, 45, 49, 60 now. And he's got to use that experience and skill to see his side home to the 50 over mark. And they can post something to bowl at. Something in excess of 200 is what they're looking for.
Again, he's timing it magnificently. Another boundary. How good was that? 16 off the over, and some sparkling shots there for Yuvraj. It's 164 for 6.
8 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 41. He's got 2 to go. 6 overs to go here. Broad's going to come back on to the Brian Statham end. Used to be called the Warwick Road end. Yuvraj, 71 not out. Ganguly the first to go for 9. Karthik for 4. Dravid for 1. Decent ball out from Flintoff. Karthik didn't play a particularly good shot. Tendulkar top edged to deep square. Good catch by Flintoff. And the wickets shared around Anderson. Impressive again at the top of the bowling attack for England. Flintoff, 8 overs, 3 maidens, 1 for 21. And Peterson has chipped in 1 over. Cost him 6 runs, but he got the wicket of Tendulkar. So 6 overs to go, and Broad has got 2 left in his allocation.
That's intelligent batting by Ramesh Pawar. Just dabbing the ball to deep point, giving Yuvraj more of the strike. Yuvraj has been batting really well. He's on 71. And he's got now 5 overs and 5 deliveries to try and take India to maybe 210, 220, maybe 200.
Broad has removed the threat of Yuvraj. Yuvraj looks to the heavens, but he's not going to get any help there. He's on his way back.
Well, this is a very, very good delivery. A Yorker on the leg stump, knowing that Yuvraj with his front foot can go across and then leave the leg stump exposed. This is top stuff from Stuart Broad. Yuvraj utterly disappointed because he was batting well, hoping to take India to a big total, maybe 200 plus. But that will perhaps not be the case now, as they are 178 for 7 in 44.2.
Piyush Chawla is off the mark first ball. It's a tough one now. Broad has really put a huge dent into India's hopes for a decent target here, a decent total.
Well, in 10 matches, 10 one-day matches, he doesn't look to have got a pretty good average, just 2.67. But there is something about Piyush Chawla. He looks capable of getting runs. I think with a little more experience, he'll be a very, very useful bat.
It's high, it's up in the air, and it's going to be a simple catch. Ian Bell takes it, and Broad again makes inroads into this Indian batting.
Well, he was out in the previous game trying to pull Collingwood when Ian Bell took a catch. This time Broad much quicker in pace, no footwork at all, up in the air, and there it is, simple catch to Ian Bell, 179 for 8.
Zahir Khan comes in with India 179 for 8, and India could use a few runs from Zahir. 2 balls to go in this 45th over, bowled by Stuart Broad. He's now got 4 wickets. Broad has come back with a vengeance here. 8.5 overs, 1 maiden, 4 for 43. He's been very impressive. Alan Donald, England's bowling consultant, and now he's already got his best figures in one-day internationals. That is more than a spirited performance from Stuart Broad. Terrific bowling. Oh, I think he might just have beaten fine leg. He'll beat Monty Panesar. 4 very valuable runs. First boundary in his international one-day career. It's carved away by Zahir. 4 valuable runs. How's he got this away? He has, and it brings up the 200 for India. 203 for 8.
Good old-fashioned slog by a tail-ender, and a pretty useful one as well.
Anderson tucked around the corner by Zahir. All these are very, very good runs for India. Zahir is playing a crucial innings.
Yes, this is just the kind of innings that can lift the side up. India would be feeling down in the dumps, but whenever there's a last-minute flourish by the tail-enders, it does certainly lift the team up. And this might not be the kind of shot that you might find in a coaching book, but it's effective, very, very effective.
Zahir now 20 not out from 18 deliveries. That's a strike rate of 111. Piyush Chawla's strike rate is 120. We're in the last over. Where's that gone? Where's that gone? It's gone high and it's taken. Collingwood takes a very good catch, and Anderson brings to an end this cameo innings from Zahir. But how valuable was that knock?
Yes, it was a very, very good innings. This from Zahir Khan, the slower delivery. He thought he could go for a slog. If it had been around the leg stump, he would have probably got it right in the middle, but because it was around the off stump and he was making room on the onside, on the leg side, he just sliced the ball up in the air. But a very handy innings by Zahir Khan of 20 has helped India go past 200. It's 210 for 3.
RP Singh is the new batsman, but Chawla gets a single. 211 for 9 now, and still Alim Dar is telling Piyush Chawla that he's running down the middle of the pitch.
Rudra Pratap Singh, age 21, left arm medium pacer, right-handed batsman.
He's playing his 29th one-dayer. Highest score of 12. 3 balls to go in this innings. It's a wide. Anderson doesn't like the call from Alim Dar, but that is another important extra for India, and it's another ball.
Yes, the bouncer has to be very accurate in limited overs cricket. If it is going way above the head of the batsman, if he's standing in his normal stance, and you can see that it's way above the batsman, and that's why it's a wide.
High up in the air, and that is an amazing catch. Bopara takes a diving, tumbling catch. Oh, they don't come much better.
Well, that's a terrific catch. A slower one again, and RP Singh just going for a big pike, and understandable because just a couple of deliveries left. And what a catch this is! Fantastic catch by Ravi Bopara, diving to his front. Never easy to be able to get those catches because you've got to be able to time the dive properly. He has done that to perfection. So young Chawla left unbeaten, while his Uttar Pradesh teammate RP Singh doesn't trouble the scorers. He gets a duck. It's 212 all out in the 50th over.
2 balls left to face, and India are bowled out in 49.4 with 13 extras. 71 Yuvraj Singh, 55 Sachin Tendulkar, 13 Mahendra Singh Dhoni, Chawla 13 not out, and Zahir Khan 20 very valuable runs at the end. The partnerships: 71 for the 4th wicket, Yuvraj and Tendulkar, 37 Yuvraj and Dhoni, Yuvraj and Ramesh Power, and look at those runs there for the 10th, for the 9th wicket, Chawla and Zahir Khan, 31. Some impressive bowling here by England. Stuart Broad 4 for 51 in 10, that's a career best for him. Anderson 3 for 38 in 9.4. Flintoff, always menacing, always hostile, 1 for 31 in 10. 1 for 39 Monty Panesar. Collingwood 9 overs, none for 43, and Peterson with only his 2nd one-day international wicket, that of Tendulkar, 1 for 6. So India bowled out with 2 balls to go in the 50 overs for 212. England need 213 runs to win this match at an asking rate that will start at 4.26 runs, and if they win it, they will take a 3-1 lead in this series.
So that's the job ahead of the England openers. They won't be facing quite the same pace. Zahir Khan, hopefully no damage done to his ankle when he twisted it batting, and he'll be able to bowl at full pace.
Matt Pryor playing his 19th one-dayer, a 1/2 century. His average is 22, just a shade under 23. Zahir Khan playing his 130th one-day match, 185 wickets. That's a very gentle ball to start the innings. And just compare that. Now, we don't know whether Zahir had any treatment in the break, in the interval, but we do know that he turned on his ankle. And that was a very gingerly approach to the crease, and it was a very slow delivery.
Well, it was his left ankle, so that's the one that he lands on. He has quite a pronounced leap at the crease, so he'd be coming down on that left ankle. Maybe just a bit of a mental thing for the first couple of deliveries, just needing to know that his ankle is stable and it's okay. Once he's convinced himself of that, then he can let himself go a bit.
Alistair Cook began this series with the century in the first match at Southampton. Now this was Zahir batting. Look at the left ankle, and he turned over up there, turned over on it. That could have been a strain. Don't know how much discomfort he's got. It's well bowled. Alistair Cook, Mahendra Singh Dhoni will captain India in the ICC World 2020. That's very nicely presented. The seam here, look at the seam there, beautiful. And it gets the acknowledgement of Tendulkar at slip. Tendulkar and Ganguly at slip. Bowled in! Good early strike for India. The middle stump is flattened. Zahir strikes.
Well, that'll make his ankle feel better. The sound of that ball smashing into the middle stump. The old death rattle for the batsman, but a very pleasant sound for the fast bowler. A little bit of movement off the seam, absolutely crashes in the middle stump. Not only will that do Zahir a lot of good, but it'll get his teammates going. First wicket is down with no runs on the board.
Ian Bell comes in after 5 deliveries. Scores of 126 not out at Southampton, 64 at Bristol, 79 at Edgbaston, and that was the Man of the Match award. He is in a rich vein of form. There you go, that best in the first one. It's a great start for India. 0 for 1. It's a good-looking stroke from Bell. He's just carrying on from where he left at Edgbaston.
Well, he's a confident player at the moment. He's hit a good pull shot the first one. He was hitting it down, and then after pitching short with the first one, Agarkar has pitched up, and he's just caressed it through the offside. Glorious batting. Man with a lot of confidence.
It's in the air. There is a third man, and he's got it. Ramesh Power takes the catch. Ajit Agarkar takes a second England wicket, and India are making good inroads here.
Well, once again, you've got that problem with batsmen who are thinking, hit the ball in the air off the cut shot. He was well behind that one. He was beaten for pace. I think he was looking to go more over cover point region. Powar's dropped one in this series at third man, but not on that occasion, and it's a much more fiery Ajit Agarkar in this game. It's 14 for 2.
Well, he may be a part-time bowler. He bowled 1 over today and got the wicket at Tendulkar. He has got a one-day average of 52 with a best of 116, and there are 5 centuries in there. Hasn't fired in this tournament, in this series. Made a cameo little 30 in the first one, 33 not out at Southampton. But there's still something going on here that the umpires are concerned about. And it's Ian Gould who's spotting something. Words already. Yuvraj and Kevin Peterson. Well, there certainly is an undertone here at Old Trafford. Old Trafford's got to keep his eyes pinned here on his team and the opposition. The one thing India don't want it to do, Ian, they don't want to get their concentration distracted. They've got to concentrate on the job. I think it could be all right in the end. Gone! No! It's through the hands of Tendulkar. It was travelling. That ball was really travelling off that blade from Bell.
Trying to play the front foot cut shot on that occasion. Just a little bit high for Tendulkar. There's certainly a bit of spirit out there at the moment in this contest. Gurkha is as animated as I've seen him in this series.
Zahir in the air again, and it goes through second slip this time. Ganguly at second. England living dangerously.
Certainly a bit of pace and bounce in this pitch. 2 Indian fast bowlers working up a bit of pace. Again, too high for the slip fielder.
Smashed. Peterson, tall and majestic, and 4. He's got hold of this one. It's another chase for Power. Oh dear, not his best. That was a one-handed attempt, and it's not good enough.
Well, that's all the captain needs to do if he's not happy. Doesn't need to yell at a fielder. Just put the hands on the hips and glare at him. Might have been a victim of the Arctic monkeys here, Ramesh Power. It's a bit rough out there, and it's probably not a good idea to go one-handed. I think, in fact, he was waiting for the thing to bounce up, and it didn't.
Left it, and it's hit the woodwork. Ajit Agarkar takes a second, and the danger man Bell is gone.
Well, for a man who'd been playing shots occasionally rather wildly, this is an ironic way to get out. Just letting the ball go. Good off cutter there from Agarkar, and Agarkar is really into this game. He wasn't earlier in the series, but he's come to play today. It's 35 for 3.
England's captain in the one-day format with 127 matches underneath. He's certainly under his belt. 128th match now. And he comes to the middle with England in something of a crisis. Bell left this. It's clipped his off stump. And he's dropped a clanger.
Bell couldn't believe it. He looks back at the stumps as if to say, how the hell did that happen?
That's very close. Oh dear. I think Zahir Khan is absolutely charged up. I think he needs to be careful here. Is there an edge? If there's no edge, that's not the best angle actually to see it from. It's from a little wide of the stump. This will tell us.
Well, it's missed on the middle stump. It's hit him just below the knee roll. Although he's a big man, he hasn't taken a big stride forward. And that piece of technology shows that it would have hit the top of the middle stump.
Just looked out the moment it hit pad. Well, I'll tell you what, this is like the Arctic Monkeys might have played here. This is more like Red Hot Chili Peppers here. 41 for 3. How well is that time? Might have got a hand as well. So I'll tell you what, these two sides are like boxers coming at each other. They're giving us some wonderful moments here. Of the pads, more runs. 50 comes up for England after just 10 overs. 53 for 3. Oh, what a ball. What a ball.
Well, too good for Peterson as well. We've just seen how good Peterson is in one-day cricket so far. Look at that. Oh, ho, ho. What a delivery that. Perhaps it did too much. Just a little less and he would have got a nick.
Enormous respect in the opposition camp for Kevin Peterson. With good reason. Now directed. Collingwood's quick. He's very quick. Piyush Chawla is the man at square leg.
So I think that's the area where the Indians really have to get quicker.
Third man is not there. 2 square. Lots of runs going in that area. Shot. Oh, these are good cricket bats. These are good hands wielding them.
There's a combination of both, but you have to say that this is excellent timing. Once again, previous over from Ajit Agarkar, we saw that from the England captain again. Straight bat and diving over the ball, the Indian captain.
Fine shot. It's just such a calm presence at the crease, Collingwood. Very little fuss about him. He just stands there and gets about his job. He's hitting the ball very well. It's gone up to 21.
Timing again from the England captain. Width offered by Agarkar, short and a little bit wide.
Again, easing it through the offside. Has pulled back inside the boundary. 3 runs comfortably taken. Not trying to hit the ball too hard, just waiting on it, ensuring that the timing is right.
Ajit Agarkar just skidding on nicely now. Batsman's in, can just hit through the line. Nicely placed by Collingwood. Occasionally has a closed bat face and he drags those onto his stumps. Dinesh Karthik keeps it down to 3, saves the boundary.
That's up in the air. Here's the chance. Should be taken. Piyush Chawla making no mistake, and Peterson surprised by that short delivery from Agarkar. India need wickets. Agarkar gets his 3rd, and England lose their 4th.
Indians celebrate They're learning the odd short ball to Peterson. He's in no position to play the shot. He's done for pace. Ball zipping under lights. Chawla underneath it, makes no mistake. An easy catch. Peterson fails again. He's gone for 18. England 81 for 4.
Well, the stage is set for the big all-rounder, Andrew Flintoff, playing in front of his home crowd, bowled beautifully today. He comes out with a side in a spot of bother. And this match nicely balanced now. 81 for 4, still 132 to get. Collingwood, the man on strike. Well, he's playing beautifully at the moment. Again, another boundary. He's getting these boundaries without taking risks, just putting a loose delivery away.
Too strong here. Anything on his pads, he'll just tuck away all night. He is so strong on the leg side. Agarkar knows it. It's a good surface, it's zipping on. The odd short ball, but nothing on the pads.
Outside edge, another boundary, is it? Yeah, poor attempt in the deep. Needed the dive on that occasion, but consecutive boundaries there to end the over. 15 gone, 89 for 4. In the air, taken! Just what India wanted. Agarkar is having a field day, 4th wicket for him. And England have lost half their side.
Flintoff's batting woes continue. Hard hands, hard at the ball. Just throwing his hands there. Yuvraj takes the catch. He's fired. That's what Indians want. That's the wicket they need. Game on. Flintoff goes for 5. England 95 for 5.
Always Shah comes out to the middle. Now England have depth in batting, and that will be needed here because India are chipping away. 95 for 5. Agarkar has taken 4. Zahir has taken 1. There's aggression out there, and the crowd's really into it. What they really wanted to see was India competing, and competing they are. Oh, this is the last man to go, Flintoff.
Poor shot from Andrew Flintoff. He's in no sort of form with the bat. He knows it. And he's gone at that ball really hard with just hands, no balance. He was off the shot. And the Indians celebrate.
That's a confident blow. Well, he's that kind of player. Can be cheeky at times, always sharp. Quick to jump down the track.
Good player of spin. Comes down the pitch, mid-on's up. He doesn't get all of it, Owe Shah, but he gets enough. Excellent cricket, counter-attack from Shah. Good bowling from Chawla.
Yes, and remember, that's a shot to get off the mark. Ooh, 2 minds. That didn't miss by much. Beaten in the flight.
Dhoni will have to be good as well. India can't afford 1 drop catch from now. They have to take everything. An outside edge, bat pad. Someone in the field. Produce a run out. Kartik, Yuvraj. Take the half chance.
Now that's a cracking shot. He split a few of them in this innings. Now this is one of the best. Standing up tall off the back foot, in the England captain.
Shot of the day. As far as the England innings is concerned, one of the hardest shots to play, the back foot drive through extra cover. And you know you're hitting the ball well when you can play this cricket shot. Back of a length, hit through the line. It shows that it's still a pretty good surface.
Catch it! He's must go. He's walking. Shah is on the way out, and England have lost their 6. Ian Gould did not have to put his finger up. Shah knew he'd hit the turning ball, and power has struck.
Well, Ramesh Powell didn't wait long. Again, that flight and spin and off the glove. Classic off-spin bowling straight off the glove. ODI Shah lunging forward, too far forward, trying to play it out on the offside, off the glove, straight into Batpad's hands. Dinesh Karthik takes the catch. England 110 for 6. ODI Shah on his way back to the Hatch for 8.
Ravi Bopara, right-hand batsman, right-arm bowler.
England bat a long way down. Bopara coming in at 8. Stuart Broad at 9, and this is the end of ODI Shah.
Lovely flighted ball, bit of drift from Powell, drags ODI Shah wide of the off stump, and the ball just holds off the glove straight to Karthik.
He'll have to go. Oh. RP Singh was on his heels, and you need to put pressure on, and that was a gift single for Bopara. Problems here, wrong end. Or has he got the wicket? It could have gone to the non-striker's end. A complete mix-up by Bopara and Collingwood. And Alimdar has asked for the third umpire. Collingwood does not look confident here. That was a real scramble. This looks out, this looks out, this looks out. He's gone, he's gone.
That's a terrible mix-up. RP Singh's the throwing of the ball. Good bit of fielding from him. Collingwood a metre short of his ground. A disastrous mix-up for England. Their rock has gone. Run out, Paul Collingwood.
And a massive roar goes up around Old Trafford. The Indian flags have been flown here. Collingwood run out. That was a captain's innings, but he's gone for 47. England now are 7 down for 114. Things can change. RP Singh, marks out of 10. 10.
Bopara playing the ball on the offside, a big mix-up. Good bit of fielding from RP Singh, and that's what always creates the run-out. They could have gone straight away, it would have been a run, but it's the indecision, lack of calling, lack of communication. England lose their captain. England 147, 14 for 7.
Stuart Broad. This is his 13th match. He's got a best of 29 not out, which he made at Bristol in the second one-day match in this series. England in a crisis now. Well, Stuart Broad might do well under the nose of his father. 24 overs gone, 114 for 7.
It's Ganguly, so India have come right back into this game. Very difficult to call these one-day games. No one, I think, in this commentary box thought that India had enough runs. But a few early wickets, a bit of panic, bit of pressure, changes all that.
Good looking shot. It's beaten the man. And it's going to go straight down the ground for 4. Bopara can be dangerous. Full face of the bat from Bopara. That was Robin Uthappa, who's on as a replacement.
The 146 for 7 and a good move. Talked about a bowling change. Zahir being brought back. He still has 4 overs up his sleeve. Would be a little stiff. And his job would be to try and break this partnership. Honestly believe this is the best combination. Pace at one end, spin at the other. Ravi Bopara, what an opportunity for him here to make a statement. With his side in trouble, he was involved in the run out with Collingwood. Oh, he had to hurry. He was taking on Yuvraj Singh. In the end, they'll get the extra run.
Well, it's a risky run, but I think he gets in there. He needed a dive from Stuart Broad. He just has to change hands there. I think he's going to get in comfortably. Well, perhaps not that comfortably, but an extra run came from it. England now need 65 from 95.
He bowled well in the first spell. He was aggressive, beat the bat, got Cook early.
I think there's been generally more intensity and energy in India, the way that they've approached this game, and Zaire has led the attack again. That's Zaire to the right-handers. Not bowled too many deliveries to the left-hander, but it's important that somebody leads the attack, and he tended to do that in the Test series. He's done it again in this one-day series.
It's been a good partnership, David. They've both been very sensible, and both of the players out there look composed, Bopara and Broad.
Well, Bopara's in the team mainly as a batsman, so as you say, this is a great opportunity for him to win again and to accept that responsibility that it's actually down to you. The rest have messed up. Get runs here.
And that'll be 4. That's a good shot, because there was work there with the wrist, closing the face of the blade at the right time so that he got the placement. Safely negotiated. 35 gone, 153 for 7. That's a cracking shot. Second boundary of the over. This time off the bat, you don't need to run for a number 9. That's a terrific shot. Standing up tall, just punching it down the ground.
Well, the alarm bells will be there for India. These two have now put 49 on in 77 deliveries. Rahul Dravid needs to get hold of his team. They've been energetic, they've had good energy in the team. Don't think when it's 7 down that you've won. Ravi, just look at the comparison. India after 40 overs, 148 for 6. India 172, England 172 for 7. Oh, there's a game on here.
Oh, runs for Bopara, use the pace. Important boundary. Again, 2 runs. The fielding is being exposed badly, and it's hurting India.
Sachin, what has he got in his bag of tricks? What's he got in that little box of tricks? Oh, from in front. Tendulkar's arms went up. .26 to win from 46 balls. England are 7 down with Panesar and Anderson to come. A little bit on the short side, and it's broken through that inner ring. This is going to race away. That's another super shot from Stuart Broad. That's his highest score in one-day internationals. And is it slipping away from India?
Well, he's played some magnificent shots off the back foot. Tendulkar's bowled 3 off spinners. He's got to bite the bullet now and go to the leg spinners and toss in a wrong un. Broad didn't pick Chawla. There's a fair chance he won't pick Sachin Tendulkar. I think this is why Tendulkar, if he has another bowl, he's got to bowl leg breaks. As Chawla is definitely worrying Broad.
There's Chris Broad there in the light jacket at the back. Oh, that's gone down the leg side. Dhoni has missed it, and it's gathering pace, and it's going to gain 4 runs. Oh, runs given.
Just a little touch, and then off, flicking the pad of the keeper. Just a delicate little leg glance. Turns out to be perfect for England.
Here's Agarkar. Oh dear, that is a really wide loose net.
Well, the cheers are starting to sound pretty confident from the English section of the crowd here at Old Trafford.
Could be another wide. It's another wide. And that is 11 runs required.
He bowled with a lot of pace and a lot of fire early on. He's struggling to come back. It is a cool night.
He's got a bat on that, otherwise he was in front. Stuart Broad here on 38. What a find he has been for England. This is the wagon wheel of this partnership. Well, they simply stuck to the basics and they've waited for the bad ball. They've been wides, there have been 4 balls, not too many, but they've kept the scoreboard ticking over. He's played some glorious cover drives, Stuart Broad. He simply leant into that and he's going to pick up 3 more runs. That'll take him on to 41. 4 to win. Oh, even that was uppish. It's 1 run down to 3rd man.
Well, they're getting cheeky now, the England batsman. As soon as he hit that, Bapara shouted to his partner 2-2. And it went straight to Ganguly at 3rd man. I think as much as anything he was trying to panic the fielder into making a horrible mistake.
Well, if a wicket goes down here, even with 3 runs required, Panesar and Anderson will be nervous wrecks walking out to bat, if indeed they're required. Oh, gosh. Stuart Broad on 42. Stuart Broad took a career best 4 for 51 when India batted, and he's certainly played himself to a man of the match award, surely. Oh, bowling and batting, 3 required, and that could be it. It's a desperate dive. Ganguly, the fielder. And now the scores are tied at 212 for 7. India were bowled out for 212 in 49 overs and 4 balls. And this has been a magnificent partnership for England. A partnership of 98, and the scores are level. 1 run to win. has gone through him, and they've gone up for the catch, and umpire Gould is unmoved.
Just clipping the leg, I think, or it was a bit above the pad. Yeah, just clipping the back leg. It wasn't a confident appeal, but you've got to ask at that stage. You could almost tell that it wasn't edge because the ball was looping as it got to Dhoni, meaning that it probably hit something pretty solid.
Well, he's entitled to miss one or two. This has been a quite remarkable innings and a partnership. England were 114 for 7. Peter Moore's there on the right, England's coach. Paul Collingwood, the captain. Gone for the single. This is the single that will win the match for England, and they're going to get 4 overthrows as well. But that is the most remarkable partnership for the 8th wicket. Stuart Broad and Ravi Bopara have taken this match away from India. England were 114 for 7, and they've won the match by 3 wickets. And India must be so deflated.
Yes, a very deflating loss for India, and the worst thing about it is that they've gone 3-1 down, and it looks like there might be a couple of injuries to important players. Zahir Khan, I think, has got a bit of an injury. That's not what what India need, but a tremendous performance by these 2 youngsters. They showed a lot of skill and plenty of nerve, and it's being appreciated by the youngsters in the crowd. The captain will feel like he's just got out of jail, Paul Collingwood, but congratulations to these 2 young men who really have done a terrific job for England.
Cook went for naught, 5th ball of the innings. Pryor for 4, Bell for 24, Peterson 18, Collingwood 47, Flintoff for 5, Shah for 8, and it was 114 for 7. And then Bopara and Stuart Broad dug in, and that partnership, that quite amazing partnership of 99, taking England home. And the bowling figures for India: Zahir Khan 9 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 45. Ajit Agarkar 4 for 60 and 10. RP Singh 6 overs, none for 22. Piyush Chawla 10 overs, none for 43. 1 for 26 in 10 from Ramesh Pawar. Yuvraj 2 overs for 8, and just the 1 over from Sachin Tendulkar, conceding 4 runs. 19 extras in the total. So the summary of this 4th NatWest One-Day International: India 212 all out after winning the toss. Yuvraj 71, Tendulkar 55.